guys.
All right, so you clearly play Huck on Scandal as a card-holding gladiator. I am sad that this is the final season, but also I'm so excited because Shonda is crazy, right? Like, I want to know how this is going to end, and I'm actually afraid of how it's going to end. But how has it been for you guys knowing that this is it? What is the mood like on the set?
I'm super bummed. I mean, you know, we're very fortunate that Shonda let us know like a year in advance that the show was coming to an end. So that's pretty rare for a TV show. Yeah. Usually if you get canceled or if you're not going to come back, you find out like last minute.
Right.
You know, you don't have time to really say goodbye to people. So Shonda gave us that opportunity, and it was Shonda's decision to end it. Because she's always kind of she knew that Scandal was how it was gonna end. She always knew what the ending was gonna be. So, you know, in that sense, we're really lucky that she gave us that gift to know when it was gonna be over. But it's still, you know, it's our family. It's my job. It's our family. It's where we've been with each other for 7 seasons.
Crazy.
So, you know, it's hard. It's kind of bittersweet, but it's, you know, it's all good.
Absolutely. And this is going to be the most important question I ask you today. Have you shot the finale? And if so, how does it end?
No, we're shooting we just finished episode 9, so we're halfway through the season. So, and we only know what's happening from script to script. Like, we literally get our scripts. We do what's called a table read every week for the new episode, and you get the scripts hot off the press. So we read the scripts cold for the producers and the writers so they could take notes and kind of change whatever doesn't work. So we don't know what's happening episode to episode. We don't know anything. And to be honest, I don't think the writers and Shonda knows the very ending, like how it's going to end, but I don't think she truly knows like what's happening on the way there. You know what I mean?
And that's actually true because I read something recently where I think originally Mellie becoming president was the original end, and then now we know that that's how last season ended, and now we started off on her first 100 days, and things are just popping off all over the place. Olivia's lost her mind.
Yeah.
So we don't know how it's going to end, but do you think it's probably going to get a little darker before it's all said and done?
I think so. Yeah, I hope so. I love the dark side of Scandal. Like I feel like that's, you know, when it gets exciting for me, especially when my character gets dark.
I was going to say, nobody knows the dark side of Scandal more than Huck. And that's actually been something that's really interesting to watch is his evolution.
Yeah.
So for you, how do you describe Huck then and then now?
Yeah, you know, Huck started off as he's always been you know, socially awkward and emotionally crippled, and, you know, he's very reluctant to torture people and have to do the things he has to do for Olivia and for OPA. He's killed world leaders and, like I said, tortured people. But you know, in the beginning, he was tortured, and he wanted to change. He didn't want to do that anymore. So you kind of see that struggle in him. And now I feel like he's kind of you know, sort of moved past that, and he's kind of a more together guy. And it's funny because now it feels like he's a bit of the voice of reason on the show, or at least amongst, you know, QPA now, which is kind of odd that Huck is the one that kind of has his stuff together. But like I said, to be honest, I love when he kind of loses his marbles a little bit and kind of goes a little nuts. That's when it's gonna happen in the next couple of episodes. You're gonna kind of see that dark side of
and
Huck
I'm
again.
interested for you that process, because when Huck starts going cray-cray, his cadence changes, his eyes get bigger. I mean, it's a full physical transformation. So for you as an actor, how do you go there? Because that's a hard thing.
Yeah. It's hard to kind of explain the process. Even for me, I don't really understand it. It just kind of happens. We've been doing the show for 7 years, so it kind of happens a little easier. I don't know. I feel like there's a little crazy in all of us, right? So you kind of just try to tap into that and try to trust your instincts. Sometimes we're shooting, you know, when they're doing my coverage or the other person's coverage, and you take risks as an actor, and you try things, and sometimes you do crazy things happen and it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, you just kind of, I feel like, and we've been with the same crew for so long that it feels like I feel really comfortable in front of the cameras with this crew. So it's easy to kind of go there and, you know, try new things, but yeah.
Do you ever accidentally take Huck home with you?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, he's always in my pocket.
That's a little
But
frightening.
yeah. Yeah, it's easier to shake him now because I've been doing it for so long. So it's kind of easy to be like, all right, that's the day is done, and it's kind of cathartic and therapeutic in a way. Sometimes when I have those intense scenes, because I just I get it all out, and then I go home and I'm cool. Like I'll have some whiskey and some actual whiskey.
Chill. And I was gonna say, you're such an upbeat, fun guy. So do you ever see people that are like afraid to talk to you because of this character?
Yeah. People usually tell me, "Oh, wow, you smile. Like you actually smile." And you're happy, yeah. So yeah, it's weird. I think like all of us, I watch movies and see TV shows where certain actors you see, and you're like, oh, you've got to be exactly like that character. So I get it, yeah. So people usually are like sort of hesitant to approach me at first, but then they see what a smiley guy and what a goofball I am.
And I want to keep talking about Huck in a kind of a category of questions I'm calling happily ever Huck, because he's such kind of like a sad guy, and I want things to end well for him. So I just want to like ask you some questions, and these would be like perfect scenarios. You can answer if you would maybe like to see this for Huck.
Yeah.
Him and Quinn. Could there ever be a love there? Because the way he looks
I love
at her
Huck and Quinn together.
I do too.
I feel like they're the ones that belong together.
Yeah.
More than Charlie and Quinn, for sure, I think.
Yeah. Could that be his baby or something? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. It very well could be. If homeboy comes out with a scruffy beard, be like, yo, that looks exactly like
just like Huck.
Yep. With a little
The baby has a little knife or something. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be one scary baby. I kind of like it though. That'd be the spinoff show.
Exactly.
And then also for Huck, I feel like he could maybe be a hero. So Olivia, like I said, is spiraling.
Yeah.
She has saved him so many times. Do you think Huck could be sort of the savior for her to kind of bring her back to the white cap?
Yeah. I mean, she said that too in like season 2. In the episode 752, when Huck is kind of going through all his family drama, she tells Huck, people think that I saved you, but you, in fact, saved me. So I could totally see that happening again. And she seems to be spiraling kind of out of control into the dark side and becoming, command and all of that. So I could totally see Huck kind of bringing her back.
Coming through.
Yeah, for sure.
And, although Huck doesn't want to kill, he loves it.
Yeah.
So if all else fails, who would be Huck's like dream kill? I mean, this isn't Game of Thrones, but I feel like somebody major has to die, and like
Donald
maybe Huck
Trump.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that next.
We'll take it. Ooh, that's a really good question.
Right? His dream kill.
Who's like a real bad person on the show? I'm trying to think.
I feel like he might knock out Charlie so he can get to Quinn. I don't know.
Yeah. Or oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Greg Henry, the guy that was running for president.
Oh, Hollis Doyle?
Hollis Doyle, yeah. Maybe Hollis Doyle.
All right, I'll take out Hollis. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So speaking of Trump, actually a year ago today, he won the election. I know, womp womp. And Scandal's obviously a very political show, and it's been interesting to watch how the writers have kind of incorporated things that are happening into the show. So what does it mean for you to be a part of a show that is actually, talking about Black Lives Matter and just different issues that we're actually dealing with in society?
Yeah, it's great. I love that Shonda is a voice, on television right now. That we were originally, like you said earlier, supposed to end the show last season with Mellie becoming the president, but then because of the current administration and all that happening, I think Shonda was like, you know what, I have a lot to say, a lot more to say, because all this is happening. So that's why she kept it going. But yeah, I'm super proud to be on a show that is also so diverse. There's several people of color, and there's a gay character. I'm a gay man myself, and Shonda cast me as a, it's not an issue at all. She just sort of cast blindly, and that's refreshing and necessary.
She does that on all her shows.
Yeah, she does it on all her shows. Yeah, so it's super exciting. I just did a scene with. I don't know if this is a big spoiler, but I did a scene with Fitz, which Puck never has scenes with Fitz, but there was a big Black Lives Matter poster behind his desk. And I thought, oh my God, how great is that? And it was just so, you mentioned Black Lives Matter, so yeah, it's super, I'm proud. I'm just super excited and just, I feel lucky that I'm able to be on a show with Shonda as our leader, you know what I mean?
And, obviously Twitter on Thursdays blows up with all the gladiators tweeting, and you guys are able, I mean, you have a really strong voice on your Twitter. You're able to speak out and share with your viewers and talk about your views. So do you think this show kind of helps you with that you have this platform now to stand up for things that you believe in?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it's, it's tricky too, because I think a lot of people, a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm done. I'm not following you anymore because they don't agree with what we say. But I think what's happening in real life and in the world right now is so much more important than any show or anything. So I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. Like, this is like these are scary times right now. We all have to speak out and show up to protest and just have a voice out there and say what you believe in. And when you think something is wrong, you have to speak out and just sort of be present. So.
Yeah. That's one of the things I've always respected. Yeah, give that a round of applause. Scandal not only kind of reflects society, but helps to have conversations, which I think is really cool, especially, where we are now. So for you, right, this scandal's gonna end. What's up next for you, Guillermo?
I just did a movie in South Africa called Dating Game Killer.
Yeah, I saw that.
That comes out December 3rd on Investigation Discovery on that channel, on ID. So I did that. I play a serial killer named Rodney Alcala. Just another, simple character, the nice guy. But it's based on a true story. He was a serial killer out here. I was gonna say out here in California. I'm like, where am I? I'm in New York. WTF, y'all. But it was great. I got to go to South Africa and play this person that's still alive. He's on death row right now. And so I just want to continue to do, interesting and complicated. And I've been so spoiled on Scandal, playing this great character. So I just hope to keep challenging myself and just keep playing like really cool characters.
Do you ever worry about getting typecast as like a serial killer murderer guy?
No, not at all. I mean, please, when I started acting, I was typecast. I was on Law and Order like 3 or 4 times and played a gun dealer, a drug dealer, a murderer. Like I've been so typecast that it's like weeds. Like, so I don't worry about that anymore. Yeah, and I love playing kind of like the dark characters. So it's all good if I get
are
a
you
little
sort of
bit
into
typecast,
scary like movies?
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
sort of
I love
a little
horror and
macabre.
all that, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your dream role? Like if you could create it?
I was gonna say to play a serial killer, but
Really?
I guess I did it already.
Couple of times.
A couple of times, yeah, that's true. Oh man, I feel like I would love to work with. Oh wow, there's a dog in here. I love it.
That's amazing.
Bring him here. I've never really done a horror movie, so I would love to do a horror film. I was gonna say I'd love to work with Wes Craven, but unfortunately, he's not around anymore. But I love this director named John Cameron Mitchell, who did a movie called Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I don't know if anyone has ever seen that. And he did a movie called Short Bus, very sort of controversial, provocative film. So I kind of want to do something, work with like new, like upcoming directors that have a really fresh, unique vision. Do something like that. Yeah.
So coming back to Scandal, you didn't give me any spoilers, like not one. So that's not cool.
Well, yeah.
But knowing what you do know, do you think that Shonda and the writers are gonna be able to end this in a way that makes viewers happy? Or are we gonna be like confused or sad? I mean, it could go anywhere.
I don't think you could ever please everyone. But I'm hoping that at least they'll bring Huck's family back.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's gonna happen because it can't just go away. He still has a wife out there and a son. So I'm hoping that's gonna happen. And Shonda is such a genius that I trust whatever she comes up with. But think about it, like whenever there's finales to shows that people really love, people are never 100% happy. Like even The Sopranos and Breaking Bad. Like some people always have like issues with how it ended. So You can't please everyone.
Yeah, like at this point, I don't know if I want Olivia and Fitz to be together or not. Like, I actually don't know. Do you guys know? I mean, yes, yeah, it's kind of like, it could go either way at this point. I don't know.
What does the dog think? Ruff.
The dog wants them to be together.
She's like, I'm not supposed to have this dog in here. There's a dog.
The dog is a romantic. He wants it to work out, I can tell. I think we have some audience questions, actually, before we wrap up here, right in the front.
Hi, Guillermo.
Hey.
First of all, I love your work, and congratulations on all your endeavors.
Thank you.
So, and thus far, and continued. And secondly, because she answered all my questions, but I just wanted to know, as your role for Huck, even though we're all rooting that one day you'll get to be reunited with your son, do you see that coming as you're reading the scripts?
Not yet, because we're so early in the season, but like I said earlier, I can't imagine that Shonda would not go back to that story, you know, when it's been such a significant like part of Huck on the show. So I trust that she's gonna come back to that. Yeah. But I haven't seen it yet, to answer your question. I haven't seen it yet thus far in what we've shot, but I feel like it's coming. I trust.
As a viewer, I'm with you. She always brings the family kind of back into the fold. So that was a good question. Anybody? Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hey.
So with Olivia being command, how would that affect the relationship between Huck and Olivia?
Yeah, it already kind of has. I mean, I think in the first episode, Huck goes to her, meets her in her hallway, and says something like, you know, you're one of them now. So I think it's kind of already affecting their relationship. I don't know. I'm torn between like wanting to join Olivia, like Huck joining Olivia and being like, let's do this, like let's both be on the dark side, or him like pulling her out of it. You know, I'm kind of torn. I'm not sure what I want. It's kind of exciting to think that maybe Huck will be like, let's both be in the dark side. But yeah,
the dog wants the dark side. One vote for the dark side. And one last question before we go.
Hi. I have a very lighthearted question for you. If you could play anyone other than Huck on Scandal, age, race, gender aside, who would you like to play?
That's a really good question. Probably Sally Langston.
Yes. Such a nutcase she is.
She's awesome. And I want to do an accent.
And she gets her own show.
Yeah.
So.
And she gets her own
It's a show and a show.
Yeah.
It's got levels.
Exactly. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
All right, well, Guillermo, when can we watch Scandal? It's every Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
9 p.m. Eastern. It's not even up here. It's every Thursday. No, I know. I watch it every week. Guys, let's give it up for Guillermo one last time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.